interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with so going back to Creonte's.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's had a gym for any length of time, like 1 month or 2 months, has had that happen to them, right? And I actually wrote a little blog about this, but I can understand from the coach's standpoint, like how it feels, but the students often don't get it, right? Particularly here in the U.S. because, like you said, it's very Western in the sense that they think, well, it's a service-based business.
Yeah, exactly.
I come in, I pay for something, I get training, I walk out. Right?
It's like if you're walking into McDonald's, you no longer like this McDonald's, you go to Wendy's the next day, and that's that. It's a business transaction solely. Yeah.
And, in other sports, people switch teams all the time, and there's not nearly as much uproar. I mean, sure, people get upset when LeBron moves from Miami or somewhere, but it's not like a giant stigma as it is like in certain schools. You leave and you got like a scarlet letter on your back. You know what I mean? Like everybody hates you now. Oh, he's a traitor or whatever. So I think that's misplaced, but I can understand from both sides. So like from the coach's angle, first of all, I would never call like a casual student a Creonte. Someone who's coming in once or twice a week, and he goes. I mean, that student's goal is just to make their life better, right? So whether that means getting them in better shape, learning self-defense, confidence, and ultimately you're trying to get them to the black belt and develop that black belt mentality. Yeah, that's your goal for them. And if they can't accomplish it with you and they go somewhere else, all right. I mean, it is what it is. Normally when you hear it is usually when someone who's a star pupil. Right, or someone you've invested.
There's an emotional attachment. That's the real problem.
Right. Yeah. Because you develop this because of the amount of time you put in, and most people don't get that either. Because from the athlete standpoint, a coach is a resource, right? Like I'm coming to him to learn and to get trained and to get better. He's a resource. Whereas from the coach's standpoint, a lot of times they see the athlete as like an extension of themselves. It's like an extended family. Like I'm putting in my heart and soul.
Yeah, it becomes like a son to you. Like
and a lot of people I see is I've had it myself. It's like it's a father-son relationship type thing going on. Because people don't realize you're putting more time in training with these guys, probably about anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on what you're doing. You're helping them with their diet, getting weight cut plans. You're traveling with them all over the country or the world. Yeah. You're doing press events with them. Whenever they have little mini dramas and whatnot, which are going to happen, you're going to be there to resolve this issue. So it's like being a parent. If you're coaching someone who's a professional or aspiring to be one, you're sinking in a lot of time. And the thing is, as the coach, you're in the more vulnerable position. Because if that person leaves, all the time and effort you put into them leaves with them. Whereas as an athlete, you absorbed all the lessons and you get to move on. So
it's a losing relationship for the coach.
It's a risky relationship. With the
it's an investment.
Yeah,
it's a huge investment. Yeah,
So like my mind on this is that there's pretty much 5 reasons why someone would switch camps. All right, 1, he moved. You can't help that, right? Guy moves to Colorado. I can't say, hey, you got to fly here every day and train. Like that's silly. Like okay,
well, you should.
Yeah. If you were committed, you would. Right? But so I mean, it is what it is. 2, there's some type of drama with the coach. Yeah. Right? Like they got into some personal beef. That's going to mess things up. Or 3, drama with other students or other athletes. Yeah. That could cause problems as well. 4 is the one that if the coach or the student feels they've exhausted the resource of the coach, like they've learned everything they had to offer him, or now they know better than the coach, or that the training is no longer adequate. That's a reason they move. And the 5th, final reason, financial. Whether they can't afford to train or they're getting incentives to train somewhere else. That might make a move. So these are pretty much the 5 reasons.